Good morning. Namaste. I bow to you. It is a new week. It's also a full moon and the end of the month. So all of these, in my opinion, are really great times for us to kind of check in with our goals or intentions, check the trajectory that you're on, make any adjustments that you need to make to help you stay on the path. So I believe that all of us showing up to yoga is is a good start for whatever journey or path it is that we're walking. For any folks who are new joining us, my name is Carly. The golden rule in this and any yoga practice or physical exercise is to listen to your body. Please only do what works for you. Always feel confident to make your own adjustments and modify. Okay, today we will begin standing up. Also, this week our theme is one of expansion, so I'll share a quote that can kind of swim in our minds as we get started. Life is a concept, like the universe, that expands as soon as we reach what we think is its edge. Command Kajori. Life is a concept like the universe that expands as soon as we reach what we think is its edge. So with that, we'll expand our wellness repertoire by practicing a little shaking meditation. It's been a little while since we've done this together. So stand up with your feet at least hips distance apart, maybe a little bit more. Put a gentle bend in the knees and go ahead and start bouncing. So the posture might stay really small like this. Maybe this feels uncomfortable, or maybe your balance isn't great. So jostling right here is perfect. This has incredible benefits for our joints, increasing synovial joint fluid production. Notice how your feet feel pressing into the mat or the ground. Noticing the texture and the weight. Maybe your bounces get a little more vigorous. Maybe your shoulders come up and drop down. You stand tall and breathe really deeply while you shake. You might audibly sigh the breath out, creating even more vibration as we vocalize. You can start to shake the wrists and arms and really move in any way that feels good. This might turn into a Monday morning dance party for you. Generally speaking, with shaking meditation, we want our body going up and down, not just jostling outwards. It's just easier on the joints that way. And I believe that's the way this has actually been studied quite a bit as a very effective way to release tension and trauma from the body. Keep breathing. Maybe you even lift your arms up overhead. So if you were to Google and find a video of an animal chasing or being chased by a cheetah and just barely escaping with its life, you would see that animal shake vigorously and then move on with life. It doesn't carry the stress of that near-death experience. As humans, we are taught that this is weird, so we hold our tension and stress inside, and unfortunately, it stays there unless we release it. A couple more moments of shaking and breathing, and noticing too if you feel really resistant to this, and that's okay. Just take note. You might shake one leg out at a time as we start to wind down. All right, give it all you've got for another 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale. As you exhale, lower your arms down if they were lifted. Very slowly make your way down to the mat. Strap and blocks come with you. All right, make your way right onto your spine. And we're moving into Supta Baddha Konasana. So if you have blocks, Place them on either edge of your thighs. Feet come together. Legs open up like a book. Blocks supporting the thighs. If you don't have blocks today, no worries. You can place your hands under your legs or just let them open as they like, as long as you don't feel strain. Allow your arms to flop out wide. So we're really taking it from one extreme to the other. I'll be quiet for a moment so you can more easily observe your experience here. Notice your breath. Notice the weight of your bones on the mat. You are here now. If you can, on your next inhale, perhaps you draw the breath in through your nose and allow it to spill all the way down to your low belly, expanding the belly up and out. The breath rises, the whole chest lifts and expands. And as you exhale, everything softens and lets go. 2 more full breaths, moving slowly. One more slow cycle of breath. Use your hands to help guide your knees back to point at the sky, planting your feet on the earth. Blocks can stay off to the sides if you'd like. Hi, Toby. If you have a strap handy, sorry about that. If you have a strap handy, loop it over your right foot. Your left foot can stay planted on the mat, or your left leg can extend long. I love the feeling of kitty kisses on my eyes. All right, let's extend our right leg long, foot to the sky. Don't force the leg straight. Perfectly fine to keep a gentle bend in your knee here. But let's all think about dropping our right hip down a bit so that our torso stays really long. If you're holding the strap, try to keep a relaxed grip. Spread your toes wide. And breathe. You might resist, so pull down with the strap while you kick up with the leg, or you might hang out really relaxed here, breathing, allowing time for the muscle fibers to stretch and extend. Switching the strap into your right hand, inhale your right leg extra long, left arm comes out to the ground. As you exhale, open your right leg out to the right side. If the block's there, it might support under the thigh. 3 to 5 breaths here. Trying to keep your left hip and left shoulder anchored to the mat. Releasing any tension that doesn't serve you. So clenching your jaw is probably not helpful here. On an inhale, gently guide your right leg back up to center. Switch the strap into your left hand. Right arm out long. Inhale. As you exhale, guide the right leg just a couple of inches over to the left. Drop the right hip down away from your head. Notice the sensations you can feel in your right leg. You might spread the toes wide and wiggle them again. Still relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the neck and jaw. If this feels great, you can stay here, or maybe you allow your right hip to lift off of the mat while we turn this into a spinal twist. Still thinking of keeping the right shoulder anchored. Still thinking of drawing the right hip away from your head so we're long through the torso, not scrunching up. With that spacious torso, we can take a really full breath in and out. As you breathe, return through neutral, set your right foot down, loop the strap over your left foot, resist as you extend the leg long. Right foot can stay planted or extend the right leg long. Left toes spread and wiggle. Drop your left hip away from your chest. Breathe here. Notice how you're holding the strap. Can you lighten up a little? I say that because I tend to have a really intense grip when it's not always necessary. Noticing your experience. Switching the strap into your left hand, right arm opens out wide. Anchor your right shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Drop the left leg out to the left side. The thigh might rest on the block. Breathe deeply here. Inhale your left leg up to the sky, switching the strap into the right hand, left arm out wide. Inhale for length, and then exhale, guide the left leg to the right side, just a couple of inches to start. Drop the left hip. Notice the sensations through the left leg. Breathing here, you might stay just as you are, or maybe you turn this into a twist, dropping the left leg all the way over to the right side, letting the left hip lift, but then guiding it away from your head so we're long through the torso. Breathe into that space. Another breath here. And with an inhale, guide your left leg back long. Release the strap, set the strap out of the way. Move one of the blocks out of the way, maybe kick it towards the front of your mat. Take one block between your thighs. No worries, again, if you don't have a block, we'll just really focus on keeping the knees, hips distance apart. We'll begin to flow through bridge pose. So walk the feet in near your hips. On an inhale, press your feet into the ground while your hips float up, arms float up overhead. As you exhale, lower your hips and arms back down. Inhale, hips and arms up. Exhale, hips and arms down. Move at your own pace, 3 to 5 more cycles. If you prefer stillness, of course, you can settle in for stillness. One more cycle of breath. And then lowering hips and arms down. You can keep the block between your thighs if you want as you roll over to one side. And then prop yourself up. Blocks come to the top of the mat. We very gracefully transition into tabletop. Hands and knees become our foundation now, moving through cow and cat at your own pace. So on the inhales, our bellies drop, hearts draw forward. Open your throat as you lift your gaze. As you exhale, push the ground away, rounding your spine. Take any other movement that feels good here. So sometimes it feels good to get off of the railroad tracks, maybe draw some circles. As you breathe and move through cow and cat, check in with the alignment of your arms. So give a little bend in your elbows and notice which direction the elbows point. For most of us, it'll probably be out to the long edges of our mat. So let's wrap our upper arms around, elbows point back towards thighs, engaging latissimus dorsi. Re-anchor into the index finger side of your hands, and then keep moving through cow and cat another time or two. Toby's got lots of love to give today. Hi. Return to neutral tabletop. Tuck your left toes and send the left leg long. Keep the toes on the mat to start. Push back through your heel. Engage your abdominal muscles. Maybe you lift your left heel towards the sky. Just slight rotation of the left toes towards the right leg. So that's internal rotation in the hip. If you feel steady, maybe you reach your right fingertips long in front of you. Core still super engaged. Inhale for extra length. Exhale, round your spine, hugging everything to the midline. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, hug it all to the midline. Inhale, re-extend. Option here, bend your left knee. Right arm swings around back. Maybe the right hand finds the left foot. If so, kick the foot into the leg as you lift your heart. Think about keeping your shoulders squared. That's about as close as I get. Think about it. Breathe here or wherever you are. And with an exhale, slowly return knee and hand to mat. Flow through cow and cat a time or two. And then return to neutral, tucking your right toes. Inhale. Exhale, slide that leg long. Press the toes into the mat, the heel back. Core engaged again. We're still pushing the ground away, so we're not dumping into our shoulders. Breathe here, and if this feels steady, slowly float the right foot up towards the sky. Right toes point in just a little bit. That also helps to drop the right hip if it hiked up. Breathe. If this feels okay, then maybe you reach your left fingertips forward. Core really engaged here. Inhale for extra length. Exhale, round your spine, hugging everything into the midline. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale. Inhale, re-extend. Option to bend your right knee. Left arm comes around. Maybe it finds the ankle. If so, kick the ankle into the hand as you lift your heart, gazing forward, trying to drop the left shoulder forward. One more breath here. And as you exhale, slowly set the knee and hand down. Tuck your toes. Inhale and exhale, find downward facing dog. Modify your position around your cat, of course, if you need to. In downward facing dog, allow your head and neck to hang heavy. Keep in mind this posture is really about creating length in the spine, so no worries about the bend in your knees. In fact, most of us should probably have a pretty generous bend in our knees. The body is like a system of pulleys in the muscles, so if our hamstrings are tight, but we force our legs straight, it's going to move the tension into our low back and cause us to round there. So bend in the knees, send the hips high, push the ground away. Inhale, look forward, and exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Hang heavy in Uttanasana forward fold. I'm getting so much cat love. Mwah. All right, we have a bird's eye view, so make sure that your feet are in nice alignment. So that means the second and third toe are centered with the middle of the heel. Hang heavy here, generous bend in the knees. I like to drape my torso over my thighs and sway side to side. On an inhale, press into your feet and rise up with a long spine all the way up to the top. Arms reach out and up. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold over to your right. Really ground through your left foot. Relax your shoulders down. Keep your heart lifting to the sky, core engaged. Inhale back through center. Exhale over to your left. Really grounding through your right foot. Lifted and open through your heart. Relax through your shoulders. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale to lift halfway, long spine, shoulders slide away from the ears. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root down to rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale your arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands touch down to blocks or mat. Float your right foot all the way back in space. Lower your right knee. Make sure that your left ankle is under the left knee. On an inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms. Your right toes can be tucked if you like that stretch on your foot. For a little more stability, flatten out the top of the foot. Long torso as we reach up. Breathing, noticing where the thoughts go during a moment of stillness. Inhale, reach even higher. Exhale your hands down to the blocks in front. Tuck your right toes. Bring the left block to the inside of your left foot. Could you go somewhere? All right, moving into lizard pose, Uttanapishtasana. So hands on the inside of left foot. You can keep your right knee grounded, or you can lift the right leg off the mat. The left leg is hugging into the left arm. Maybe you can lower down onto your forearms on the blocks or mat. It's early and it's Monday. Be kind to yourself and explore the posture while you breathe deeply. About 3 more breaths exploring lizard pose, Uttanapishtasana. As you inhale, begin to lift up out of the posture if you folded forward. Let's all lift our right knee off the mat for just a moment. Breathe there. Hands planted on blocks or earth. As you exhale, step back into plank pose. Inhaling and plank. Exhaling and plank. Push the ground away, core engaged. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, bend in the knees, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Settle in for 3 to 5 breaths, downward facing dog, hands on blocks or earth. Inhale your right heel to the sky, 3-legged dog. Look forward, exhale, step the right foot to the top of the mat inside the blocks. Go ahead and drop your left knee. On an inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms. If your shoulders are feeling tight, you can always open your arms out wider. You could even drop your arms. Remember, it's your practice. Always do with it what you will. And breathe. Yeah, good options. Another cycle or two of breath. Inhale for extra length in the torso, and exhale, bring your hands down to mat or blocks. Walk the hands to the inside of the right leg. Right arm now right leg hugging into the right arm, coming into lizard pose. So maybe you lower onto your forearms. Maybe you lift your left leg off of the mat. Definitely keep hugging the right leg into the right arm. And notice if any judgments are coming into your mind, judgments of limitations or perceived limitations. And just shift the perspective on those to thinking how amazing it is that your body can do what it can do. And we're really nurturing ourselves through this practice, little by little, creating space in the body. Another couple of breaths in lizard pose, exploring the posture. Plant your hands as you begin to lift the torso, inhaling, exhaling. Plant the hands on or block's lowest setting. Move the right hand to the outside edge of the right foot. Inhale there and exhale, giant step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Just passing through here. Heel toe your feet out a little wider. Heels stay in, toes point out, and drop your hips down. Malasana or garland pose. Hands can come together at heart center using the arms to push the thighs wide. And no worries if your hips are super lifted here. We work with what we've got. One more breath. And as you're ready, drop your hips back to the mat and make your way all the way down onto your spine. Kick your feet to the sky, pointing and flexing your feet and ankles. So even such a simple thing as pointing and flexing feet and ankles helps with our circulation and moving lymphatic fluid. Bend your knees towards your armpits, Ananda Balasana, happy baby. If you can reach, then reach for your outer edges of the feet, pulling down while you kick your feet up. Maybe you even rock side to side. Maybe your hands are behind your thighs. That works perfectly well. Another breath or two. And as you're ready to release it, you might give yourself a hug and a squeeze, and then send your legs and arms out long. Allow yourself to occupy some space here. So move any props that are in the way out of the way. Palms face up towards the sky. You can let your feet flap open away from each other. Breathe deeply as we practice letting go. Life is a concept like the universe that expands as soon as we reach what we think is its edge. Deepen your breath. course, if you have the time to linger in Shavasana and move into meditation, please feel free to do so. We'll close our 30-minute practice by meeting in an easy seated posture. As you arrive back in easy seat, sit with your hands together in prayer mudra, long spine, full breath. We'll close our practice by sharing one long chant of Om, said to be the sound of all sounds, sound of the universe. So we'll add our vibration to it. Big inhalation. Thank you for starting your day with me and sharing your yoga practice. Thank you to all of the teachers who have passed this heritage on. I hope you have a wonderful day out there.